You're watching the TC MMA podcast.
Now, as we work our way up into the co-main event, we got a last name we've heard of before in Teixeira. Tallison Teixeira takes on Arthur Lopes. Heavyweight division, big boys. 6-0 versus 6-1. Brazil versus Brazil. Oh boy. So there's no angle here, right? We see a Brazilian at this level and we usually take them. So good news is we're taking a Brazilian here. But who knows which one, because they both look pretty good to me. Let's get into it right now. In the heavyweight division at Dana White's Contender Series, you got Tallison Teixeira. I know you heard that last name before, taking on Arthur Lopes. So a lot of people talking about this fight because Teixeira, Brazilian, 6-0. Lopes, Brazilian, 6-1. Goes by the nickname John Jones. So I like that. That's interesting. Highly interesting that his nickname is John Jones. Imagine if he rose to the top and you had John Jones versus John Jones one day. That's crazy. But anyway, let's get to it. Teixeira, 6-0, 5 by KO, 1 by submission. He's fighting out of LFA the last 2 times out. That means he's facing some good competition, and he won both by KO or TKO. Now, Lopes does have one loss against Jonathan Carvalho by submission back in 2015. So you might as well forget that. But since 2015, he's only had 5 fights. Only 1 fight since 2018. So that's interesting. He beat Daniel Butcher by TKO as Souza Combat MV. So why the long layoff? That doesn't make much sense when you got, your opponent Teixeira fighting twice in the last, or this year already. So that tells me that Teixeira has no octagon rust. He's fighting at LFA 175 in January, then 183 in May, right? So he's had enough time off to prepare for this fight. Now, Lopes is well rested. I mean, he's had 1 fight in 6 years, so I can't go with him, especially Brazil on Brazil here. I'm going to lean towards Tallison Teixeira to get the win, and to get the win in a big way. I expect him to get a first-round finish here and lock up a spot in the UFC. Now, he's listed at 205, so it seems like he's moving up. So weight could be an issue. So keep an eye on that. But the guy's undefeated for a reason. I look for him to win by first round KO to move to 7-0. In my opinion here, heavyweight division, Dana White's Contender Series. And again, that's the part where we don't know these fighters very well, right? I see the weight of, 185, and then he's moving up. So it's very important. Or not 185, 205, but moving up to heavyweight. So that's going to be an important factor. Will Teixeira be too lanky for Lopes, who's more of a bona fide heavyweight, right? So we'll see. Now, here on ESPN, they got Teixeira listed at 255. So maybe that's a mistake on whatever I was looking at, whether it be Sherdog or Topology or whatever, had him listed at 205. So it doesn't matter. Both guys are heavyweights, and it's going to be an interesting fight. And listen, it's Brazil on Brazil, but I'll take Tallison Teixeira to win this fight. He's undefeated, and the dude's 6'8". Who doesn't want a 6'8" big dog in the UFC? But he's got to get the finish here.
He's gonna fight, he's gonna fight. Hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fight of call, UFC at its height. Bringing that thunder with all his might. Saying, step up, wanna fight? Hold up, think twice. Gladiator assassin, reckless, no abandon. Walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass stranded.